Good morning, afternoon, evening. This is David the One Man Militia. I wanted to shoot a follow-up video based off of the old stainless test firing the Smith & Wesson 586 L Comp. Number one, I did make a few mistakes. I didn't anticipate all of the gunfire. I knew there was going to be some gunfire. I wasn't for sure that I was quite audible with the gunfire going on because I was a table away and there were some pretty loud bangs going on. So I do want to apologize about that. Please excuse the gunfire in the background of the video. It was a busy day. We went on a Saturday morning and it was pleasant weather out there, so it's to be expected. I am thankful that my fellow Second Amendment lovers are out there, firing their guns and supporting the gun community and doing it in a safe manner. And then number two, I did make a few mistakes as far as like the camera angles. When I did shoot the 586 L Comp, it would bang 7 times, and I did let Old Stainless shoot it. It went bang 7 times. The only thing is the camera didn't catch me actually. It didn't catch the action of me actually shooting the firearm. It caught probably the back of my right shoulder. So the gun wasn't even in the picture. You just heard bang 7 times. And I did refer to the double action mode. I kind of said this is like Danny Glover and Lethal Weapon. So did that 3 times single action mode, did it 3 times double action mode the first time. Old Stainless, she shot it 4 times in double action mode, and then she shot it twice in single action mode with a little bit of assistance as well. It did catch her shooting. It did catch more action of her shooting it, but it didn't catch the actual gun. It didn't catch anything downrange. But she did hit some 7s, some 6s, and I think she hit maybe 1 or 2 central mass, right in the middle on the X. But she could have done that with some of the 9s also. So I do want to apologize about that. But I do want to kind of present the firearms again in case some of the explanation was inaudible. These are the 4 firearms. I brought 2 Smith & Wesson 3913s. This is the regular model 3913, and this is the tactical model 3913. And of course I didn't have the flashlight on it, but it does have a rail system where you can add a flashlight to it here. I brought a 6906 as well, and I brought obviously the L Comp, the brand new one, the 586 L Comp. Basically at the shooting range they have a ceasefire moment where after you fire, or a live fire moment, it lasts 30 minutes where you can shoot your firearms. And then every 30 minutes they call a ceasefire. So for about 15 minutes, the guns are laying on the table, action open, everybody is downrange and they're evaluating the target, see where they're hitting at, in the sort. And basically I see why the range wants you to have your action open, because they have one range master that walks down the entire row of tables, and they have to be able to look and see quickly if all the firearms are, unloaded. And also the owners of the firearms are not at the table, so they're not, messing around with it with people downrange. And so this is how I pulled them out of the bag. Well, of course, minus this flashlight. This is the 3913 TSW. That's the 3913 TSW. And basically, I'm 99.9% sure that this gun is unloaded, but to be 100%, no live round of the magazine. That is the red follower. And we check down the barrel, no bullet jammed in there, and then kind of feeling that with your finger. Now I'm 100% sure that this firearm is unloaded. And also the same for the 686. I happen to put it in the bag with the action opened, There's no magazine. No live round in the magazine. And there's no round that's jammed up inside of the barrel here. Kind of fill in there, and it's unloaded as well. The 3913, we just finished shooting it. I put it in, but the action is not open. But first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the magazine, and there's no round in the magazine, and then there's a little notch here. There's a locking mechanism. You kind of line the two up. Now the action is open. No round popped out. And we just make sure that there's nothing jammed up in there. And now we're 100% that this was an unloaded gun when it went to the range. And then lastly, we have the L-Comp. L-Comp, it has a different action, but basically you have a little notch, a little button here. You push it forward, swing your cylinder out. There's no rounds in the cylinder, and there is nothing jammed up in the barrel. If I can angle it to where you can see it here. And now I'm 100% sure that this is a unloaded revolver as well. She shot about 130 rounds of 9mm between the 3 semi-autos, and I shot about 20 rounds just for demonstration purposes for her. I wanted to give her the experience of a revolver as a concealed carry. I didn't want to eliminate or I didn't want to ignore that fact about it as well. She did like the revolver. I used 38 Special because the 38 Special is about the closest I have to 9mm, which is what I was trying to get her acclimated to. She did just fine with the revolver. I did want to let her know the pros and cons. One of the pros is that a revolver is like a Toyota Camry of guns. Basically, a revolver just keeps shooting, and there's very few to almost no jam ups. The con is this is a 7-shot. This is actually one above the average because most revolvers are about 6 shots. Most of your concealed carry revolvers, the little ones, are about 5 shots. And I do have one that's an 8-shot, which is well above and beyond, but those are like far and few. So capacity is one thing that you have to keep in mind as far as concealed carrying a revolver. But like I say, she did well with the revolver. I did kind of show her what single action, double action is, as far as having a long trigger pull versus pulling the hammer back and having a short trigger pull. And that is pretty much it as far as the follow-up video of the old stainless test firing the L-Comp, Smith & Wesson 586 L-Comp. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for your time.